much we can talk about. I know you're going to be getting asked all kind of questions about True Blood and stuff like that, and maybe some of the other things you've done. But I want to talk about 24-hour fitness, because we always hear about being out here in this type of atmosphere, the balancing act. I mean, it's almost like a pendulum you have to walk down and kind of keep up, because in one aspect you have to give a lot of time to your acting in itself, and then the other side of it, when you're known as somebody who's very fit, how challenging is it to keep up with that reputation?
Yeah, it's like having two jobs at once, pretty much, especially during the season, because, you know, I've got to make that time for the gym, and then I've got to get in and, you know, study and really work on the emotional content too of the characters. So, but, you know, I'm very excited because, you know, I grew up an athlete who also had, you know, artistic tendencies, let's say. So I always felt like a misfit. Like, I'd hang out with the jocks, but I was kind of the artistic guy, but then I'd hang out with the artistic kids, I was kind of the jock. So now I have the job that combines them both. So it's very fulfilling, but it's very tiring.
Now, you got some fans. None of your teams are left in the playoffs right now, I don't think, because I think you're still...
There's only one team for me.
Okay, and that's the black... Okay, show it one time to the... Is that a true terrible towel?
That's it.
That might be the Arizona Super Bowl, right?
This is the... Yeah, that's the 6th time. I was there. I was actually at Super Bowl 43. Saw the Steelers win. This is the 6th time.
You should be interviewing Antonio Brown over there.
Oh, we're gonna get up actually and give an award together. So,
okay, yeah. that's got to be pretty cool. But even moving beyond that, you look like you probably could have played some quarterback. Represent with the shoes, get a shot of the shoes. You got to get a shot of the shoes. I think they're awesome. But I also got to talk about Kurt Warner, because I mentioned that you could have been a quarterback, about 6'5", what, about 210?
About 225 right now. I was about 6'5", 240 in the off season. Cut down to about 220, 225. Yeah, Kurt's actually, it's funny you say Kurt, because Kurt's somebody that I've gotten to know pretty well over the years. Love that guy. But actually, when I met him the first time, I was wearing head-to-toe Steeler gear, and he kind of looked at me and went, "Oh man, come on."
Well, well, his last memory is probably you in the stands cheering against him.
Yeah, waving the towel.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. He competed well, though, right?
Oh man, he's incredible. Well, he was one of the guys I really wanted to meet. You know, especially, you know, once the show's broken, and you know, it turns out that there's a lot of football players that are fans of True Blood, a lot of Steelers that are fans of True Blood. So one of the coolest things about the job for me, the thing that really hits home to me that like this job is special and is really resonates with people, is the fact that I talked to Ben Roethlisberger during the week. James Harrison's a fan. Troy Polamalu's a fan. I got to hang out with Hines Ward last week. He's a fan. So the fact that the Steelers watch the show and know who I am, man, that makes it all.
Well, you got a lot of fans. Is there one final career goal that you have that maybe people don't know about? Maybe a bigger down the path goal?
I mean, for me, you know, I think it's to continue to combine the athletics with, you know, with the acting, and you know, I'm sure there's a superhero out there for me. I'm sure there's a movie out there. You know, I won't rest until I'm hacking through thousands of people with a sword, man. You know, so but maybe even a football movie.
Well, I would like to see you play maybe an aspiring quarterback coming out of college in the NFL draft. See if you can pitch that to one of these people out here in Hollywood.
All right, maybe. All right,
man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Nice talking to you too.